Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Newsroom. I'm your host, Khalid. But today is the 26th of February 2025. Our second segment, ladies and gentlemen, continues on trade. But in this context, we talk about the mutual trade that exists between Pakistan and Uzbekistan, two friendly countries, two brotherly countries that have always had a very strong relation in different realms. But now the interest is to increase that relationship and make it more robust in the trade arena. Our Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is in Uzbekistan as we speak. So is our Deputy Prime Minister and more members of the delegation, including our Information Minister as well. And of course, the basic aim is to not only highlight the important facets of the bilateral collaboration or cooperation between both the countries, but also add to the trade avenue that is a bit lacking as far as we know between both the countries, and take it to $2 billion. This is the resolve that both the countries and both the leaders have taken during the mutual meet after having discussed this and more as far as Pakistan-Uzbekistan relations are concerned. Now, this bilateral relation that we talk about, this trade to $2 billion, is something that is quite achievable if both the countries work directly on it. Now, a similar agreement to boot his investments was reached with Azerbaijan during the Premier's official visit there as well, which he concluded yesterday. And of course, now he has departed for Tashkent on a two-day state visit. Uzbekistan and Pakistan have already had important trade ties in the past as well. $1 billion trade deal was signed way back in 2023. Well, not way back, in fact, a year and a couple of months back. Plans for further collaboration, including a roadmap for industrial cooperation, also shows the two sides' commitment to boost the regional connectivity. This bilateral meeting has had a very important, significance or effect as far as the bilateral relations between both the countries, specifically in trade, but also in different other avenues is concerned. Also, Pakistan's point of view on regional issues such as Palestine or Afghanistan. Both the countries are aligned on this and much more. And to discuss this alignment and of course the trade avenues that could further be explored between the two countries to take this trade to $2 billion, we've been joined by two important guests. Let me introduce them to you one by one. First guest continues from our first segment, Dr. Nasir Iqbal, who's a leading economist. Our second guest is a specialist as far as Central Asian countries is concerned. He has, I think he's one of those who can, narrate the how to move forward in the realm of bilateral cooperation with any of the Central Asian countries in a whim of a second. He's none other than Khalid Taimur Akram. Thank you very much, Khalid Saab, to have joined us. I'll begin with you, Khalid Saab. Pakistan and Uzbekistan agree to expand bilateral trade to $2 billion. Our Prime Minister meets with the Uzbekistan President, and this development is it continues in a spate of further developments in the realm of increasing trade between the two countries. How do you view this development? How achievable is it?
Yes, it is very much achievable because the Central South Asia concept was given by the Uzbek president a few years back, and Uzbekistan since then have been rigorously working to improve the logistic system between Central Asia and Pakistan. And the main project of this is the Trans-Afghan Railway line. The Trans-Afghan Railway line, since I was also part of the expert panel for that in Tashkent a few years back. So the Trans-Afghan Railway line project's feasibility was completed in year 2023, and now Uzbeks are very effectively working on that. And here I would like to mention, make a special mention about the Afghan government also, because after 15th of August 2021, the new Afghan government had terminated almost all the previous agreements done by the previous government. But this Trans-Afghan Railway project, they not only continued with it, but for the first time in Afghanistan, they have made a railway ministry. We have seen Pakistan-Uzbekistan trade increasing to $400 million, but I believe this trade is going to exceed even $2 billion because Central Asia, for complete Central Asia, Uzbekistan is a doorway towards Pakistan side, because if the goods are coming from Kazakhstan, if they are coming from Kyrgyzstan, if they are coming from Turkmenistan, because they already have a very strong logistic system among themselves, and for coming to Pakistan and here onward going to Gwadar. The route is from Uzbekistan via Mazar-e-Sharif in Afghanistan and till Peshawar. So the Uzbeks now, they say that the Arabian Sea, in fact, it has come at the doorstep of Uzbekistan just because of the CPEC connectivity. And I think our Prime Minister's visit is very timely in this regard. And this will not only enhance this collaboration, but also will help Pakistan's connectivity with the Central Asian countries.
Khalid Saab, Uzbek President Mirziyoyev, after meeting with our Prime Minister, says that joint ventures between both the countries have exceeded 130, trade houses opened in Karachi and Tashkent, air travel launched between Tashkent and Lahore, and new routes are also going to be opened as far as the air routes are concerned. Intergovernmental Commission is working effectively, and political consultations, business events and exhibitions of products have also been successfully organized. What more needs to be done?
I would say that whatever we are doing to connect with Central Asia, we need to focus on basically three things. First, we need to have an easy visa regime with Central Asian countries. We need to develop banking sector with the Central Asian countries, because right now there are practically no banking channel with the Central Asian countries, and I'm sure that we will very soon be having currency exchange agreements with them. Then we need to develop a single tariff regime, because since the goods will be transiting through various countries, although we are signing quadrilateral transit trade agreements also, but for Central Asia we need to develop a C5+1 model in which Pakistan and complete Central Asia should sit together. And right now, unfortunately, we do not have C5+1 mechanism between Central Asia and Pakistan. Because if we will develop that mechanism, then we will have one easy visa regime system with them, then we can have banking collaborations with them, then we can have tariff collaborations with them, and then we need to develop a logistic policy also, because they have left-hand drive vehicles and we have right-hand drive vehicles, and what they plan is that they want to send their trucks right up to Gwadar. So it means that we need to have some kind of mechanism with them, because I have been to Uzbekistan and Central Asia many times. So the kinds of the trucks which they are using, they are not used in Pakistan. So we need to develop that kind of logistic policy where we need to enhance this connectivity by not only by rail, because the rail connectivity of course is going to take few years, but the road connectivity is already started. Right now the National Logistics Cells and few other private company trucks, they are already going to Uzbekistan. They are already via Uzbekistan, they are going to Kazakhstan and to Turkmenistan also. So this for us, Uzbekistan is a transit point to Central Asia. For us, we have lots of historical linkages with Uzbekistan.
Yes, we have.
Zahiruddin Babur, the Mughal Empire, and he came from Central Asia. If you go towards Multan side, in the South Punjab side, you will see the architecture which is very similar to Samarkand and Bukhara. So, and Pakistan also, as Muslims, we have a very historical linkages with Samarkand and Bukhara because of Hazrat Imam Naqshbandi, Hazrat Imam Bukhari. Lots of Pakistan, they go for pilgrimage to these places and to their mausoleums. So as Pakistani and at this part of the world, this relationship is not new. This is a very old relationship, but now it is renewed because of the developed road connectivity through CPEC. And mind you, the CPEC is not only for China, the CPEC is also for the land-linked countries of Central Asia, because these countries are now connected through CPEC. And over here, again, I would like to make a special mention about Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, because he has been very vocal about Pakistan's connectivity with the Central Asian countries. We have seen few months back the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, in which he was very clear that for us, we need to explore the regional market. For us, we need to go towards the regional market. We are the elder brother for Central Asian countries. And as we know that in this region, India has never admitted BRI. They have never been part of BRI. So they are practically secluded from this regional connectivity which is happening through the Belt and Road Initiative. All the 5 Central Asian countries, they're part of the China's BRI network. There are 3 BRI corridors passing through Central Asia, which is connecting China with Central Asia, and through Central Asia it is connecting China with European countries. And now this parallel corridor, this lateral corridor, which is known as the Central South Asia corridor, this corridor idea was given by President Shavkat Mirziyoyev, who is the President of Uzbekistan. This was his brainchild, that why not to connect Central Asia with Pakistan through Central South Asia corridor. So with this corridor, the Central Asian countries will not only connect with the Gwadar, but ultimately they want to connect with complete South Asia. So I think in times to come, Pakistan and Uzbekistan will play a very major role in connecting the Central and South Asia. And since we have our historical ties, and Uzbek president, because as I said, I go to Uzbekistan many times every year, and every time I go, I find that Uzbek president has given some new initiatives about Pakistan. They want to come to Lahore. They want to even renovate Shalimar Bagh, because all the heritage which belongs to the Mughal Empire, they totally own it, and they own us. They say that we have the same DNA. And today we have seen Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and President Shavkat Mirziyoyev, they were just sitting like brothers. They were not calling them as Prime Minister or President. They were addressing each other as brothers, because of the historical linkages and these linkages.
I think these linkages are important, and these linkages need to be further explored, and I hope with this visit they will further be strengthened. Khalid Saab, different MOUs have been signed to bolster collaboration between the countries. I mean, I can go on and on. MOU between Tashkent and Lahore, cooperation agreement between news agencies, youth affairs, science and technology, on fields of visa-free travel for diplomatic passport holders, military intelligence, internal affairs, professional and technical training, diplomats training, and also a joint declaration for establishing the Pakistan and Uzbekistan High-Level Strategic Council. Tell me a little bit about this Strategic Council. How important is this going to be?
Yes, the Strategic Council is going to be very important, because Pakistan and Uzbekistan are facing similar kind of issues as regards as terrorism is concerned, as regard as illegal border crossing from the Afghanistan side is concerned, because on one side of the Afghanistan is Pakistan and on another side is Uzbekistan. So they are as vulnerable with all these threats as Pakistan is. So this Strategic Council will not only pave way for having a cohesive policy towards Afghanistan, but also it will help in facilitating the Central Asia Pakistan connectivity also. And I view that this is need of the time, because as we know that in some areas the Afghan government has not been cooperating with Pakistan, but on the other hand, the Afghan government has a very good relationship with Uzbekistan, because Uzbekistan has been providing them with free electricity, with even free food items, and the Uzbek areas in Afghanistan, because there are lots of Uzbek ethnic Afghans in Afghanistan, and Uzbekistan has been looking after them quite a lot. So these are those areas where the Strategic Council and this organization the people from Pakistan and Uzbekistan, the senior officials, can sit together and talk. Also, Uzbekistan is cooperating a lot with Pakistan on the defense side, because the Pakistani defense equipment is very famous in the region. I was looking just 2 days back, the Azerbaijani president, he openly in front of the media, he appreciated the Pakistani defense industry, and he said we are very much satisfied with the defense equipment we are buying from Pakistan. And similarly, the other countries of Central Asia, including Uzbekistan, their reliance on the Pakistani defense equipment is increasing. So I think with this kind of strategic alignment between Pakistan and Uzbekistan, it will not only help in achieving regional peace also, and stability also, but the regional trade can also increase. And Uzbekistan can play a very important role as far as for the regional peace, because Uzbekistan's engagement with Afghanistan is as strong as Pakistan has with Afghanistan. And I think if Pakistan and Uzbekistan, they will sit together with the Afghans, they will bring some sense to them to enhance not only the regional connectivity, but also to stop cross-border terrorism.
All right. Khalid Sahab, I'd like a short answer to this, but I wanted to ask you this question. Our Prime Minister looks forward to a mutually advantageous cooperation with Uzbekistan. This is in a statement by the Foreign Office. And here, he talks about a common vision for peace, prosperity and regional collectivity, and talks of shared values that both countries have and the need to work together for a brighter future. Does this common vision brighten the aspects of a stronger collaboration in the future between both countries?
Yes, it will certainly, because as I said that historically Uzbeks and people of this part of the region, subcontinent, they are very well connected. Our Urdu language, it has inherited 5,000 words from Uzbek language. So if you go to Uzbekistan, you will find that as if people are speaking Urdu, because we inherited words from Turkish and Persian also, but 5,000 Uzbek language words are in Urdu language. We have a common legacy, we have a common history, we have and we have to now work together for a common future. So I totally agree what Prime Minister has said, that Pakistan is the only country who has a shared past with Uzbekistan, because as I said, after Zahiruddin Babar, he conquered India, then the United India. There was a lot of migration which happened from Central Asian side towards this part of the world. You will find Mughals, you will find lots of Uzbek ethnic people living in Pakistan. And similarly from this part of the subcontinent, people went over there. So these historical linkages
further accentuate the ties between both the countries. And you talked about a shared past, I talk about a shared present and a shared future, and a shared vision between the two countries that we are going to explore, inshallah, in the coming months and years. Thank you very much to both of my guests, Dr. Nasir Iqbal and Khalid Taimur Akram Sahab, to have joined us. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we end today's newsroom. We'll see you inshallah tomorrow with new story segments apparent to us. You in Pakistan. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.